day, over 8 million people flood the streets of New York City, working, living, loving, dreaming, each one of them with a story that is completely unique and completely inspiring. This week, we sat down with Carter DeLevine and Georgia May Stein of Brooklyn. Carter and Georgia are independent artists and founders of the blog Just Add Water, which focuses on leading a simplified life in an increasingly hectic age. We talked with Carter and Georgia in their Brooklyn loft about issues ranging from humanity to art to beauty.
Hi, I'm Georgia.
I'm Carter.
Just Add Water started, well, I guess you could say it started with a breakdown.
Yeah, we were both working at jobs at magazines, and I remember realizing that my life was becoming so cluttered spiritually because I was worrying so much about money and jobs and
just all this stuff that doesn't actually matter.
Right, because I'm an artist.
And I'm a writer.
And we were spending all our time, 10 or 15 hours a week, working on these jobs that they didn't enrich us. They didn't speak to our souls, our hearts, and so we stopped.
Yeah, we quit our jobs.
And
life just became so much
immediately more beautiful.
Yeah.
It's pure.
So we were doing all of this work, and it was for what? For money? Because here's the thing, there's always going to be money.
Yeah, you're not gonna run out of money.
Yeah.
And now we focus on our art and our lives and living and communicating and exploring and figuring out what it means to be humans.
And that's what Just Add Water is all about.
This is my studio. You can see some of the stuff I'm working on. A couple things I'm going here. Let's see. This is a good one. So I work a lot with different noodles, a fair bit of macaroni, and some rotini, a lot of elbows and stuff. This is what I'm working on right now. It's called Paradise. Yeah, so this is the kind of art that I always had a real knack for. But as long as I was working, doing other things, I didn't have the time to develop that skill. And so it just kind of was dormant. But then when we quit our jobs and just focused on our art, it was just like a creative explosion, really. And this stuff just started happening. And then Georgia saw it and she said, you could sell those online. So I have an Etsy page and a booth at the Brooklyn Flea. Well, I'm gonna get one soon. So, I feel very, very blessed. #blessed.
The Buddhists from Asia have a saying about how nothing lasts forever, and it's definitely true. That's why I got this tattoo. It means simplicity. The other day, I just had an epiphany. I was like, Georgia, do you even need another iPad? You already have 2 iPads.
She has at least 3 or 4 iPads.
Yeah, so then we started Just Add Water, and it just made me realize how, material possessions, they just won't make you happy. Mm-hmm. So now, once a week, I order something online, and instead of keeping it for myself, I just throw it away. Because simplicity.
Every week we come to this space, we clear our schedules and we just free associate words until we can come up with a theme for this week's blog.
Yeah.
So,
dreams.
Salt water.
Oh yeah. The qualities of water, weightlessness and fluidity.
And floating.
Yeah.
And waves. Like this week, the theme can be waves.
Sure.
And I'll make an art piece about waves with linguine.
Oh sure.
Or maybe some lasagna or something.
I'll write maybe an essay about the sea or a river or something.
Yeah.
I'm a writer.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you're an artist.
Right, I'm an artist and I'm a writer.
Oh, what do you write?
Lots of things. I wrote my Etsy profile, for instance, and a lot of things. I'm an artist and a writer. I do both.
Well, then I'm also an artist.
What do you make?
My writing is my art.
Okay, that's not the same thing because I'm a writer. I write specific things. Like I wrote that piece about canvas shoes coming back in season this year, but I also make my art.
What have you ever gotten published?
I got that thing published in GQ.
That doesn't count. Your dad owns GQ.
Well, your mom owns Vogue, and you didn't get that stupid piece about boat shoes published.
It wasn't the right season.
Oh my God! How many times have I had this conversation? I feel like losing my mind. It's like we only have this one life, and how are you gonna live it? Are you gonna worry about how the bills are gonna get paid? Because they always get paid. Someone pays them.
Sure, I could have a job working for Vogue or BuzzFeed or probably the New York Times or whatever. The point is, none of those jobs tell me who I am as a human being. Plus, I accidentally threw out my phone, so I lost all my contacts.
Because
Isn't
simplicity
what we all
need.
want?
This place sucks.